she just left the shop. The rich have to protect their investment, while us sea gypsies are simply living in our homes. We have been aboard many posh yachts, and always make the appropriate noises. Oh, that is a great freezer. Ah, that is a cool washing machine. But have always been happy to get back to Calypso, our simple little home. Why? Because we know in reality what all those flash gadgets and leather sofas cost the owner in time, worry, and money. We have seen his fuel bill. We have listened to his worries about finding honest crew, or a boatyard big enough to haul his huge bottom out of the water. Expensive, complicated vessels can isolate you from the very world you were hoping to discover, and actually prevent you from enjoying life at sea and absorbing the spiritual gifts that are so often the bedfellows of a simpler life. The rich throw money at problems. As sea gypsies, sort them out ourselves, and with that, we become better sea gypsies. Rich sailors buy what they want. Sea gypsies buy what is essential, and with that become better citizens of the earth. Rich people tend to hide in air-conditioned marinas. Sea gypsies sit under palm trees and meet local people and gain insight. Rich people create waste by throwing away perfectly usable items under the banner of upgrading. Sea gypsies fix stuff. Rich people are targets for poorer people. Sea gypsies are poorer people and sleep with the door open. Hence the title of the book, Get Real and Get Gone. You can live in a dream world of million-dollar yachts and plastic people, hopelessly marooned in the showing-off stage of their development, or with a slight change in attitude, you can get real with the money you actually have, or can realistically acquire, and get gone on the greatest adventure of your life. Chapter 1. Getting Started. In the next chapter I will tell you how to start your new life as a sea gypsy as quickly as possible. You will need some money, not as much as you think, but some, and a big dollop of determination. But every day, perfectly ordinary people like you and I are ditching the dirt for a better life at sea, and there is no reason why you can't too. The important thing is to get started. If you already know how to sail and have a bit of money put by, you can listen to the last paragraph of this chapter and move on. However, if, like us, you are starting out with little experience and less money, then keep listening. When I decided I wanted to leave the land and become a sea gypsy, my circumstances meant I had to carry on working for another 3 years before I could get going. But every day I moved my plan along a little by acquiring the skills and knowledge necessary for a safe and enjoyable life at sea. Once you have a picture of your future life in your mind and truly believe it to be attainable, you will find all the motivation you need. This book aims to give you that picture by demonstrating how attainable this life is for anyone who wants it. But for now, let us discuss what you can do the moment you finish this book. Getting the skills. Sailing is pretty easy. It is not rocket science or even French cuisine. Anyone can do it. It is not gender-specific, does not require advanced motor skills or particularly high levels of physical fitness. If you can jog for 100 meters, you will do. You can save an awful lot of money, which can ultimately be spent on your boat, and have huge amounts of fun by buying yourself a small sailing dinghy, preferably with a mainsail and a jib, but anything will do, that will fit on top of a car. Spend a little time reading any beginner's sailing book from the library, or visit any website on how to sail. Buy a couple of life jackets, grab a friend, drive to your local lake on a day with good conditions, and go and get into trouble. With a good book and a small sailboat, you can learn just about everything there is to know about the physics of sailing, and you can sell them both when you are done. You do not need to pay a fancy school thousands of dollars to learn to set an anchor, trim a jib, or reef a sail. Things actually get easier when they get bigger. It is virtually impossible to capsize a good seaboat, and the boom is usually above head height when you're in the cockpit, so there is much less likelihood of it cracking you on the noggin. Cruising courses are all very good, but most of this information is available online and can be learned more cheaply. Courses in larger boats can be a good way to practice docking and handling a boat in close quarters, but as you will hear later in this book, you are going to buy a proper seaboat, not the type of production.